welcome to the Everyday Father. I'm Charles Schultz. I'm excited to have you here. If you've been away for a little bit, welcome back. If this is your first time, it's nice to see you here. I had a really awesome conversation last week with Tyler Tote. If you haven't had a chance to, go check that out. I think that one of the things I want to start to do within the show is to share various fathers' experiences to kind of expand upon, one, what I'm doing for myself, and two, what you can learn from the various people out there who are doing as the best they can as a father. You know, that's one of the things that I think a lot of times we get stuck with, is thinking that we're not doing our job well. We're not doing it the right way. We're not being the best version of ourselves that we can. And there's always ways that we can start to improve and apply some of these different things that others are doing successfully. So check out that conversation. I thought it went really well. He's got some really cool stuff. He's been crushing it for a while. He's got 3 kids himself, and so it was cool to go a different direction than just sitting here talking all the time. So today I wanted to dive into an interesting thought. I was posed a question the other day about, do I sit down at the dinner table with my family for dinner? And I think that it's a phase of life thing. This is the answer that I gave on the show. And I think that too often we think we have to go one way or the other, and we lose the adaptability that is required as a parent. I'm currently coaching softball. I didn't get home last night till 8:00. I'm not going to make my family wait for me to sit down at the dinner table on a day where I'm not even home. Now, when summer comes around, since my kids are young and we don't have as many things going on yet, I'd like to have more dinners together. I'll be around. I can have dinner ready. We can cook on the grill. We can sit around the table together. And to be fair, we do try as much as we can to sit at the dinner table for dinner. That being said, I know as we get older, that will become more challenging. If my kids decide to do other activities with 3 kids and multiple activities, whether it's sports or something else, it's going to make sitting down for dinner significantly more challenging. I like trying to schedule at least one meal where, hey, look, this is the night that we're not nearly as busy. We have less things going on. Let's make this our dinner night. You know, Sunday nights, I would assume, are going to be mostly free. It's a good night to do it in our household. Whatever that is for you guys, that's for you to decide. But the point of the reflection here is that there are going to be phases throughout our journey. Some phases are going to be hard. Some phases are going to be a little easier. Most phases, though, are going to present a unique challenge. None of the phases of fatherhood so far that I've experienced are easy phases. Now, looking back, the newborn phase is easier than the 5-year-old phase or the 3-year-old phase. 3-year-old phase has been, in my opinion, the most challenging. But in the first season of the newborn phase, it wasn't easy because it was new. The second time, the newborn phase was easier, but I had a 3-year-old, right? So there's going to be constant challenges, whether you are experiencing something for the first time or you're dealing with something in a new way, even though it's a repeat experience. Just like seasons, though, they evolve, they change, they come, they go. Don't get stuck in the season. Don't get stuck thinking that this will never get any better, this will never get any easier, this is so hard, this is whatever. Remember that we're working through things, and as we work through things, we get better equipped to work through them again later. And the evolution of being a parent is our ability to be flexible, to adapt and evolve. And if we're unwilling or unable to do that, that's when the challenges become so big that we end up making all kinds of mistakes. Or in some instances, parents walk away, right? I believe that when you start to look at everything that's happening in your world, not from this I can't do this forever picture, but how do I get through this week? How do I get through this month? How do I get through this year? And you break it smaller. You bring it in to where you can actually start to see what's happening instead of feeling overwhelmed about the chaos that is being a parent, being a father. This week on this episode, I'm going to show some clips of me talking with my kids in an interview setting here. But what's really cool about this is that outside of the occasional, I'm going to grab the mic and get all up in the picture. This is what it's like to communicate with my children. Like, I try to have dialogue. I try to talk. And my son has his challenges right now where he is slightly speech delayed. And so he doesn't communicate quite as well as some other 5-year-olds. And he's high energy. So that's a challenge that we're working through. But you get to see, I want you to see how he's very fun going, easy, lots of laughs, but he's definitely high energy and he's definitely constantly making just noise. So you're going to get to see a little bit of that. I'm going to have my 3-year-old daughter on here too. And you can kind of see the difference between one, the boy and the girl, and two, the way they communicate and what they like to do. But I thought it'd be fun for you guys to see some of the back and forth between me and my kids a little bit. So we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we will have a movement of the week for you guys because I know we missed one last week with the interview, and I'd like to make sure we get to one for you this week. But then we'll see how my kids want to have a conversation with you guys. So we'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
1 week after launching our exclusive sneak peek, NGBN TV was live for 3 days of continuous coverage from Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas.
NGBN TV is live from Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58.
The one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s was the conversation for the big game about men's mental health. In the world of athletes, celebrities, and influencers, we're on notice. But we're just getting started with new partnerships announced like the Team Nike 3-on-3 Championship and new platforms available to download the NGBN TV app. So, what are you waiting for? Download the app today from your favorite streaming device or check us out at ngbn.tv. This is NGBN TV.
Hello, we are the MD and Chef team. I'm nutritional chef Michael, joined by my beautiful wife, Dr. Isabel, medical doctor and suicide survivor.
Yes, I was dropped into the world of mental illness back in 2013, and by the grace of God, I survived suicide. But here's what I learned. We don't have a mental illness issue. That's the downstream event. We're focusing downstream. We should be focusing upstream on our brain health and all the things that we can be doing to support our brain health. Because you see, it's like mopping up the floor when the sink is overflowing instead of turning off the faucet. So come and join us on the MD and Chef Team show.
Come join us.
Hello and welcome back to another movement of the week. This week I want to work with you guys to go through a progression to develop your pulling strength. This is a body row progression that I use as a beginner phase to learning how to do pull-ups. So we're going to work through some different things here as far as where we're going to align ourselves to start, and then I'll show you some progressions and some things to add in. And from there, we can go into a modified pull-up position, and hopefully over time, if you do this correctly and you build strength over time, you can get yourself to a position where you can eventually do an actual pull-up. So first thing is this:
body row position, we're gonna get underneath the bar and we're gonna drive our hips up so we are in a neutral position. From here, I want feet flat on the floor, bent at 90 degrees underneath you. And then we're just focusing on pulling straight up, keeping everything nice and tight, and getting to that chest to bar position. Okay, if you notice, I keep the knees nice and bent. I'm working in a position where I'm trying to engage glutes, core stabilize, and then we're driving and pulling with the lats. Once you get good with the knees bent, we make ourselves a little bit heavier, we make the stabilization a little bit harder, and we extend the legs away. So we're gonna have straight legs now. We're here, straight legs, core tight, same kind of idea. Squeeze all the way up to the bar. We're trying to get chest to bar, control coming down. Okay? Once you develop that and we get to that strong position where we can pull ourselves up without too much difficulty and we are feeling strong and stable, we can then add a weight vest or I've got my ruck, and we can add some extra weight to it. Once we get really good at the pulling, okay, the long lat pull, I like to modify the pull-up position. For that, we are going to raise the bar up a little bit. So I'm going to go up 3 spots here. And once we get the position of the bar correct here, this is still going to be probably a little bit low for today, but that's okay. The idea here is we want to be arms fully extended, seated position, and we're going to try to keep this position, okay? So we're going to have the hips down, feet flat on the floor, arms overhead, and we're going to try to stay seated as we pull chin over the bar. Now, what we don't want to do is when we get in this position here, we don't want to throw the hips up and then we're just doing a hip thruster body row. Okay, we are trying to stay in this seated position, keep the hips down low, and get above the bar. The feet on the floor and the pull from the ground reduces some of the weight. Another thing you can do is you can throw a band across this and then do it from the actual bar, and that's going to help create some tension. The nice thing about bands, I like using bands on pull-ups because when you get to the top where you're strongest in that final pull phase, the resistance is the least. At the bottom, where you're the weakest and you're the longest from your pull position, you have the most help. So it gradually gets harder as you get closer to the full contraction part of your pull-up, and then most resistance at the bottom, or most assistance at the bottom to help you get started. Once you get good with the feet flat on the ground, we're gonna extend the feet away. We're gonna keep the core nice and tight. And again, we're trying to stay in the seated position. And we're working those elbows straight down, and we're trying to keep our butt underneath the bar. Okay, that's how we get to the pull-up position. From there, we go up to the actual pull-up bar and we start to work some of the other pieces of the pull-up to develop that. But this is a nice little progression to start because the body row, the pulling position, the straight on pull of our body weight, probably one of our stronger things that we have when it comes to pulling, okay? Pull-ups are significantly harder than a body row. We work the body row, we develop the strength there, we get used to pulling our body weight. I didn't say this, but you can add another level to the body row by putting your feet up on a bench, okay? Because now we're changing the angle of that pull just a little bit and adding more resistance. But ultimately, get good at pulling your own body weight. I think one of the greatest signs of our fitness level is how we can use our body to move well. Push-ups, pull-ups, squats, squat jumps, sprints, things that don't require any additional equipment. Getting really good at those makes you a better athlete, makes you more capable in the real world, and ultimately I think keeps us in a healthier place overall. So give this progression a try. All right, start simple. If you feel like your fitness level is a little bit higher, you can make the progression harder. But as you get better, continue to up the ante, right? That's what this is all about. Everything we do in the weight room, everything we do in the gym is about what can we do to progress today? What can we do to go a level up? The more we level up, the better we get and the stronger we get and the easier this becomes. So continue to develop that. And I think that you're going to find over time you see results in what you're trying to do. So give this one a go. We'll see you in the gym. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
What's up, everyone? This is Chris Fontana, founder of Go Primal Lifestyle and Fitness Apparel and host of the Primal Mindset Show on NGBN TV. Coming to you from Long Island, New York, with the transformative show that shares inspiring stories of overcoming adversity and embracing personal growth. Hosted by me, who has triumphed over immense challenges, including addiction, mental health struggles, and significant weight loss. This show features conversations with individuals who have conquered their own obstacles. Through heartfelt discussions, the Primal Mindset offers hope, guidance, and inspiration to listeners, encouraging them to persevere and never settle. Join us on this empowering journey of resilience and transformation as we share the stories of incredible individuals who have embraced the power of the Primal Mindset. Join us on NGBN TV.
Hello and welcome back to the Everyday Father. As you can see behind me, I'm joined by my daughter, Sailor, as she's sitting back there unwinding for the day. And one of the things that I think is one of the challenges of being a father who is an entrepreneur or a solopreneur or somebody who owns their own business or does kind of odd hours is trying to create space to find ways to do work. Sometimes you have to do work at weird hours. Sometimes you have to do work in creative ways. And sometimes you have to work with others being present. And so today I'm recording this video with my daughter behind me, chilling, hanging out. And that's just something that is part of this lifestyle that I'm trying to create. Is I'm trying to balance being present and being a father while trying my best to get as much work done as I can. This is some give and take. And sometimes, you know, I have to work with her in the room and kind of split my attention a little bit. And it's not ideal, but it's part of the sacrifices that we're trying to do to make this work. The final part of today's episode, I want to show you what it's like trying to create videos with your kids. And this is going to be some fun, I think. So the first one here is me with my son. He was not having it trying to do the conversation. He's very distracted by himself on the video, and it made for some entertaining clips. So I hope you enjoy this. Check this out. Here's Hunter.
Why am I doing this way? What? Oh,
Hunter,
I don't want to do this.
you don't want to do this? Hey,
I don't want to look at this.
you don't want to look at this?
No. My hair keeps doing it.
There you go.
Look, am I doing this way? It's on this way. Why are you doing it this way?
You're still a goose, dude.
Why?
Did you get to play with water balloons today?
Yes. Wait.
Did you get all wet?
Yes.
What? Why'd you do that?
I want to show people.
You want to scare people?
Yes.
Why do you want to scare people?
I don't want. I want stage.
You want to scare Jace? Hey, I bet Jace will watch this someday. Yeah? Do you think is Jace your best friend?
Where the hell him?
Well, he's not there. Is Jace your best friend?
Yes, all that week.
All day of the weeks? Yeah?
We have to go poop.
What?
He want to go poop.
He wants to go poop?
Yes.
Why would he want to go poop?
He eat food. Look. I'm going to do this. Oh, okay. I want to do this.
Oh, you're just going to do that?
Why me do this?
Hey, when you get older, what do you want to do?
Play fight game.
Play fighting games when you get older?
Yes.
Pretty simple stuff, huh? You don't like to complicate it, do you?
I like it. I want to do it. Please.
Keep it simple. Go play.
Yes, hold that.
All right, hey.
I'll wait that, please.
Yep, we're gonna go play fighting games, but first I need you to tell everybody how many push-ups can you do? How many can you do?
10.
You can do 10 push-ups?
Mhm.
Okay. Well then, hey, I need you to say bye.
Bye.
Say
See
see
you
you
later.
later. Oh man, as you can see, my son's a goofball and full of energy and completely infatuated with the video aspect of what we do here. So he was amazed by the fact that if he points this way on the camera, it's pointed the other way. So he got all kinds of lost and confused there. But, you know, it's been fun to show him what I do and include him in what I'm trying to create. And so I thought, you know, I did it for him. Let's do it for Sailor as well. So here's a little short something from my conversation with my daughter, Sailor.
The turtle, I like the turtle. It was out there.
You like the turtle?
Yeah.
Is this your favorite turtle?
Yeah. It was out there, too.
It was out there, you're right.
And I don't know it ends here.
Yeah, I put it in my office.
Why?
Because it's my turtle. Do you want it?
I like it.
Okay, well, hey, I'll keep it where you can see it, okay? We
Yeah.
don't need to touch the mic, though, okay? Ready?
But
So
what?
we're going to look right up here, and I'm going to ask you a question, okay?
Okay.
What's your name?
What's that?
That's the other video. Hey, what's your name?
Stay there.
Your name's
Hello
Sailor.
there.
He's laughing.
Who's laughing? Am I laughing? You looking at my video. You're a silly goose. Where are you going? Hey, who's your best friend? Tell everybody who's watching hello.
Well,
Why are you being so shy? You're not shy. Hey, are you strong?
yeah.
Yeah, you strong?
Uh-huh.
What were you doing earlier that made you so strong? You were swinging?
On the rope.
On the rope? Can you do pull-ups?
Okay.
Yeah, you like pull-ups? How many pull-ups do you think you can do?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19, 11, 17.
No way, that many? Oh, man, I love it. Do you like to go outside when I work out? What's your favorite thing to do when I work out? What do you like to do when Daddy works out?
Rain.
You like to swing? Yeah? All right, hey, tomorrow when I go work out, we'll go swing, okay? Deal? All right, give me a high five. Good. Now tell everyone bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you later.
See you later.
Oh, man. The things your kids will say. You know, I wasn't really sure what to expect when I decided to try to bring them on and ask them some questions. I think it's something fun to kind of include from time to time. I'm not sure it's quite in their wheelhouse just yet, but, you know, I also find it to be extremely important to model for your kids what it is that you do. Show them what you do, show them how to do it, be a part of their life of what hard work looks like. You know, I don't want to be the dad who's always at work, but I do want them to see me working hard. I do want them to understand that, you know, I'm putting in effort towards the things that I'm trying to achieve. And I think that's important for them to see, to value, and to appreciate. I also think that including them shows that I care enough to have them around, that I appreciate them being in my life, and that while it makes certain things harder, it's worth it. It's worth the hard. Having them be around me, with me, and inspiring me on a daily basis is valuable. And I appreciate that challenge that comes with being a father of 3, that comes with being somebody who stays home with their kids and tries to do all these other things. It's not always easy. I find myself frustrated on a regular basis because I'm a guy who's used to putting in work regularly all the time, 24/7, just go. But once you have kids, that's not the case anymore. You're not the sole responsibility in your life. You know, you have to make sure you prioritize other things and you have to take care of other people. And this took me a while. It's hard. It still is a challenge because I'd like to say I'm a driven person. I want to achieve a lot of things. And with kids, it does become harder. Not saying it can't be done, not saying it shouldn't be pursued, but you have to figure out how and when to balance it in. Where does it fit in your life? Because the last thing I want to do is create success but alienate my kids. That's not in the cards for me. So if it means I progress slower, I don't make as much
progress on the things that I'm chasing, then that's fine. Because in this life and in this time that I have, I want to make sure that my kids know I appreciate them, I love them, and I am here for them and their success. And if they grow up and find success in life, they find value in themselves, then I have succeeded. And I won't know that for a while. So it's a long game and we're playing it out. But, ultimately, I think that this time that I'm spending with them is invaluable. And they're going to remember this, maybe not all the details, but they're going to remember that Dad was around. And that means the world to me. Now, if you're out there and you're a busy dad and you don't have the same time that I have, I'm not trying to dog on you. I'm not. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You're providing in a different way. What I'm trying to say and trying to articulate is that we all need to own what our role is in our family situation and make the best of it. And if you are busy and you're not around a lot, make sure when you are, you be as present as you can be. All right. And they're going to appreciate you just as much. I know it. So keep doing the good work, guys. Keep putting in that effort. Keep being there for your family. Get stronger, get healthy, take care of the ones that need you the most. And we'll see you next week on The Everyday Father. See you guys.